Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think he could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
Take guesswork out of buying NFL tickets with Game Time, the official ticketing partner of the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code Dan for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Swipe, tap, ticket, go.
I don't know what you guys would nominate as better than this in terms of stuff that the media loves to have and play with. But coach getting snippy with reporter is very high on the list of things that we delight in. Correct? Press conference sound of a coach handing down judgment, arrogance, condescension. So Bill O'Brien, if you were not aware, Bill O'Brien is now the coach of Boston College. Boston College is pretty terrible this year, and Bill O'Brien evidently didn't like what he was asked here, and Bill O'Brien went maximum Bill O'Brien, and the reporter ends up getting swallowed in the butt chin that Bill O'Brien has.
Coach, I'm wondering, give a message to the fans. Obviously losing to Notre Dame, Catholic school rival, 1-8 down in the season of BC. I've heard from a lot of fans. I just really
I'm really glad. You know, I'm glad you're down. I'm not down. Nobody's down. We're fighting. We're competing. You know, it's the second year of this program, Mike. You always come in here with these down questions. Like you show up like once a month or something like that. You come in here with these down questions. I'm not down. I don't know what year you graduated from BC, but this is a program that we're building. Okay. Nobody here's down. We're positive. We're going to show up and play our asses off against SMU. You can go out there in your dark, clouded world or whatever it is and do what you want to do. We're not down. The sun is up, and we're fighting. That's my message to the fans. What's up, Trevor?
How you doing?
Trevor's feeling a lot better than Mike in that situation. Does Mike, put it on the poll at Le Batard Show, does Mike always show up with the down questions?
What's up, Trevor?
How you doing?
We're going to have to clarify that for context for people.
Yeah. Do you have to earn the right? That this begs the question. Do you have to earn the right to ask a down question? Like, if I show up like 4 times a year for an NBA season, am I allowed to ask? Like, I feel like you have to earn the right. Be there every day, and then you can ask me the tough questions. Then you can be down?
That's what he's saying. You can't show up once a month and come in with just the down questions where everyone sees that you're the person who comes in with the down questions. You got to be around a little more than that.
I know What's Up, Trevor is the funny part of this, but I love how Bill O'Brien cut him off, knowing exactly what Mike's brand is here. Like, can we play the beginning? Like, he's like, you know what? Like, I don't know what year you went to BC and you bomb in once a month. I love this response from Bill O'Brien.
Coach, I'm wondering, give a message to the fans. Obviously losing to Notre Dame, Catholic school rival, 1-8 down in the season of BC. I've heard from a lot of fans. I just really
I'm really glad. You know, I'm glad you're down.
Really glad.
I'm not down. Nobody's down. We're fighting. We're competing. You know, it's the second year of this program, Mike. You always come in here with these down questions. Like you show up like once a month or something like that. You come in here with these down questions. I'm not down. I don't know what year you graduated from BC, but this is a program that we're building. Okay. Nobody here's down. We're positive. We're going to show up and play our asses off against SMU. You can go out there in your dark, clouded world or whatever it is and do what you want to do. We're not down. The sun is up, and we're fighting. That's my message to the fans. What's up, Trevor?
How you doing?
His message to the
Trevor's
fans.
like, how you doing?
Trevor, how you doing?
Sun is up, we're fighting.
I do enjoy the idea that not only does he cut off the question, but he cuts off the question by telling down Mike, I'm glad you're down. I'm glad. Like, I think he meant to say, I'm glad you're here so I can get all of this off of my chest. But instead, what he just said is, I'm glad you're down. That's classic hating, is it not? To say to somebody, I'm glad you're down would be classic hating. Hating 101, would it not?
It would be. Put the town on alert for SMU, too.
Wow.
Really?
Oh, 20 years of watching a team get
Find
a
it, Dan,
signature
find
win
it.
against
You
Miami.
love those letdown
glasses
games.
on,
and then stroll into a
Yes.
noon start in the ACC.
Town on alert.
Put the town on alert. Lots of town on lots of alerts this week. It's
Go
going to be
ahead.
a bloody
You want to
week.
do it? Go
The
ahead.
town on alert.
Well, everyone's on Iowa to beat Oregon. Who's Oregon beating Northwestern?
Bad weather game, too, right?
I
Bad
mean,
weather.
that's at Iowa. We like Iowa there.
Put the town on alert.
Town on alert. This line isn't moving in a direction that I would like, but Mississippi State, they're a tough team. Georgia,
Sneaky decent.
yeah, Georgia winning within the margins. Put the town on
The
alert.
town on alert.
They won their first conference game in 2 years last week.
Yeah.
I just like to remind everybody that's not Pierce Brosnan in Dante's Peak saying put the town on alert. That's Mike doing Pierce Brosnan in Dante's Peak saying,
The town on alert.
and you do it better than Pierce Brosnan did.
Maybe it's him. Maybe it's me. Who knows? Put the town on alert. Wisconsin plus 11.5. I think they can win that game straight up. Now they have been terrible in conference play, but this conference, bottom part of the conference, just a bad conference.
Put the town on
Overrated.
alert.
But Luke Fickell just got that extension. Play hard for coach. Plus 11.5. Well, he didn't get the extension. He got the vote of confidence. Rhett Lashley got the
Sometimes
extension.
dreaded.
Put the town on alert. We got so many. Penn State, 14.5. What are you playing for? Right? Yeah, you got quarterbacks.
You're going to take Penn State against Indiana?
and Indiana rolls teams, but 14.5 at Happy Valley.
no,
Maybe
wait.
you
When
think
you
can
put
just
the-
roll
no,
into
no, no,
Happy
no, no,
Valley.
no, no.
Put the town on alert.
When you put the town on alert, it's to win the game. It's not to cover 14.5.
Oh. Put the town on alert.
The town on alert.
Put the town on alert. I think that this is the signature game for this interim head coach whose name I don't care to learn over in Penn State. Now, this one, the line is moving in the right direction because I locked it in at 5.5, and I think Tulane wins this game straight up. Memphis put the town on alert.
Put the town on alert.
Memphis really derailed my beloved South Florida Bulls. The way that
They looked
South
good
Florida
last night.
fell apart in the fourth quarter, they've got no pass rush is the problem South Florida has. But Memphis is very good in second halves, and Memphis destroyed South Florida in the fourth quarter of that game because I really did think South Florida was had an angle to be a playoff team because of how they score, how good they are offensively.
Don't write them off just yet. Tulane can help them out tonight when they win straight up against Memphis.
We were talking earlier about Tom Brady, and I'm wondering how much you guys got into the story last week because I really found this a bit shocking, and perhaps I shouldn't have. But I, as a pet lover, as an animal lover, cannot fathom the idea of cloning a pet. That is not the same pet. Once you've removed the soul, which cannot be manufactured, you've just got a pet running around your house that is the physical embodiment of the pet that you have lost, but is not the actual pet anymore. And the thing that I thought, and again I thought it, is he bleeping with us? Is Tom Brady just doing something to actually create headlines? Or am I being fooled by the internet? Because Tom Brady would be among those most likely to try some of these things, but it's so robotic that I was not offended by it, but it is something that I would not do.
This guy thinks pets have souls.
What's the mechanics of it?
Grow up.
Like there has to be a surrogate dog, right?
No, I think they just create it in like a
You can't just
petri
create. What do
dish
you have
and
an
then, like,
oven? You can't
incubate
just create
it.
a dog.
What do you mean? Do you not remember Dolly the sheep? They did that like 25
I
years ago.
guarantee you, they are like, it's a surrogate dog that is like birthing the dog.
I don't think
No.
he works that
They
way.
take the blood. They the way they do it with humans. Like how? Like what you guys just think? Like there's an oven. They put a code in, and all of a sudden a dog walks out.
Chris, they've been able to clone animals for 25 goddamn
I
years.
guarantee you, this is a surrogate situation. Which would then you beg the question: is it really?
Stop
the same
begging
dog?
questions, man. Stop begging them.
But you're begging it.
I'm not.
I don't think Chris realizes how funny it is for him to lecture us about how humans do things while dressed as a bear, while visually pointing at us, getting angry. But
He's drinking coffee.
So would you guys do this? Amin is not an animal person, but would you guys ever put it on the poll at Le Batard Show?
He's going to look it up.
Would you clone your pet? Because I believe this was just all this was science lab stuff. I believe that all they did was take some of the DNA of the original
Yes.
dog and then go to a lab and do whatever scientists do to clone things.
Yeah, and Dan, you said like the soul. You don't want to say soul like the memories. This dog doesn't know you, bro. It's just a new dog that looks exactly like your old dog. But here's the thing about dogs, at least for me, I feel like every day I see dogs that I've seen a million times before. You go to a pound and pretty much find, unless your dog had like vitiligo or something, you're going to find the same dog at the pound somewhere or at the dog store, wherever you guys get dogs, right? Is it like podcast?
The rescue. The rescue. It's not like podcast wherever you get your dog.
Yeah. So I feel like, it's such an unnecessary step because the thing that you're trying to recreate is not the physical, it's the emotional. It's the dog that knows me and remembers that time that I didn't even remember. I don't even know about that, man.
This is the reason that I think that Tom Brady is among those most likely to embark on this particular journey is because I really do feel sometimes like Tom Brady is trying to learn all the tricks he needs to learn on how to be human. That he's the closest thing that we have to a robot or an alien trying to impersonate a human being.
Dan, you missed a great episode of the Dan Le Batard Show then because our theory was different. Our theory was he's doing it because it's a test subject for when he eventually clones himself. And then I had a theory that went beyond that and that he's already cloned himself. That's how he kept winning championships despite being a million years old. How does he do it? It's because he was a clone.
You guys think this is creepy, right? Most people listening to this do think it's weird to clone an animal, no matter what your or your children's attachment to that animal is. Mike, you wouldn't consider cloning Roma. In fact, Roma is, I would imagine that your relationship with Roma, memories and all, is almost not a physical relationship. I know you're playing with a dog, but the things that that you love about Roma are personality-based, things that are unique to Roma.
Terror.
Yeah, I think there's also like some spiritual stuff that would be difficult for me to come to grips with, but I would like to talk to people about it, not just the people doing the science, but like, get some feedback. I don't know do you know Barbara Streisand? Can I speak to her? How'd this go? I would like to know, like, was it kind of like it, or did it just look like it? Because if it just looks like it, it's not the same dog.
Oh, but Mike, I'm assuming, never mind just looking like it, I'm assuming if there was a way that your dog ran and all of a sudden you've got a clone that's running differently, now you're reminded every time, that's not my dog. That is not, that you're reminded all the time that your dog is dead.
I don't think it's just going to be like this soulless creature that has dead eyes that looks at me that doesn't have like its own charming personality that I can fall in love with. And I think I would take solace in like, well, a little piece of Roma is in there. It would be like, I follow this guy that owns some of like Roma's siblings because we adopted Roma and her siblings are all over the place. And we found like some of her brothers and sisters and I get a kick out of it. I would love to like adopt one.
It's just a dog. You like dogs. That's all it comes down to. It's not like,
okay.
Mike, is that you?
No,
what happened? It's like, no, the dog doesn't know anything. It's just being a dog.
I'm well aware of your whole bit when it comes to pets.
That's
and
not
my
a
dog.
bit. Like, it's a dog,
Yeah,
dude.
I got it.
There's no part of the clone dog that's going to be like, you look familiar, like I've known you from a life before. No, it's just a dog like, oh, feed me, walk me, all that. And you're going to be like, oh, you're a dog, and you look like my old dog. I love you. But there's no part of this where there's any sort of spiritual connection. No bit of your dog exists in the clone. It's just a dog. Get one of Roma's siblings. You're probably going to think it's the same
I believe
dog.
you're emotionally mature enough to have this conversation with me.
It seems that the bear might have been right here. I'm going to read from an article here. If you decide to clone your dog, there are a couple things to be aware of. For one, the cloning process doesn't always lead to a viable egg, and even dog pregnancies sometimes fail. That implies a pregnancy. They don't make these things in an oven. It's a surrogate.
There was that one time that Tom Brady's face changed, right? It went from very jowly to very sharp, and it was like maybe he was contrasted, like in Westworld, like increased sharpness of jaw.
No, you know what?
Clone.
You know what that is? That's multiplicity. Because in multiplicity, as he keeps Xeroxing himself, the clones, you remember this, Roy, they begin to deteriorate in like quality, right? So it's like, oh, you look a little weird. You're acting a little weird.
You touch my pappy, Steve.
The holidays really stress me out. I try to be a really good gift giver. And when you get toward this time of year, you keep thinking, oh, I have enough time. And overall, really, the holidays are stressful, but especially if you run a business. I see what you guys go through. It's like 1 minute you're planning a sale, next minute your website's crashing, your inventory's off, and someone's DMing you a discount code that expired in 2022. It's total chaos. That's why you need Shopify. It takes that holiday madness and turns it into Shopify powers millions of businesses. We're talking everyone from Mattel and Gymshark to the folks just getting started this Black Friday. You don't have to be a tech genius either. Shopify's got thousands of ready-made templates, AI tools that write your product descriptions, even polish your photos, and built-in marketing tools to cut through the holiday noise. And that purple Shop Pay button, that's the secret sauce. This Black Friday, join the thousands of new entrepreneurs hearing for the first time with Shopify. Sign up for your free trial today at shopify.com/Batard. That's shopify.com/Batard, Batard. Go to shopify.com/Batard and make this Black Friday one to remember.
You know how most home security systems wait until after something bad happens? Just like a goalie just standing there until the puck's already in the net. That's reactive. Simply Safe, on the other hand, well, that's Sergei Bobrovsky in net. It's proactive protection. The new Active Guard outdoor protection uses AI-powered cameras and real monitoring agents who spot trouble before it happens. If someone's lurking around, they'll talk to them, hit the lights, sound the alarm, even call the cops, all before anything gets through. That's a shutout level defense. No contracts, no hidden fees, and named Best Home Security System by U.S. News and World Report 5 years running. I've got Simply Safe at the house, and let's just say, nothing is getting past it. Right now, our listeners get exclusive early access to Simply Safe's Black Friday sale. Save 60% on any new system. This is the biggest deal of the year, so don't wait. Go to simplysafe.com/DLB. Again, that's simplysafe.com/DLB. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Don Batard. Doesn't matter anywhere. We could do it in Buffalo or Baltimore, either.
You say you could do it where?
Anywhere.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
He said he could do it anywhere.
That's crazy, murder. Murder, tell him.
Stugotz. I had no idea Amin had that in his locker.
That might be his best.
That's crazy.
I'm not kidding. That's crazy, killer.
It's 2 Americans dead. You don't get it?
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Can we get the video, please, of something that I think requires and demands more attention? If you're not familiar with how crazy it is that athletes are aging better than they ever have, Ovechkin did something no player has ever done before. He scored his 900th goal. That's not something that anyone has ever done. So it's historic. And the goalie for the St. Louis Blues, who was playing in that game, who allowed the goal, Jordan Binnington, he tried to steal the puck in a way that was obvious. He hit it in the back of his pants. He was confronted. When I read about this story, when I read about the entirety of the story, that he hit it in the back of his pants and that he was confronted by the referee in the crease was a funny phrase to hear because it's where I assumed, based on where he was putting his hand, that he had hidden the puck. He was absolutely trying to steal it, right? Was he gonna try and sell that on the open market? Like what was he gonna? Did he just want to keep it? I'm the guy who allowed the 900th goal. That would be a source of shame to most, but he wanted to compound the shame by stealing the puck.
Or maybe he just wanted to make sure it went to Ovechkin and he would hand deliver it. Or he's a goalie, they're all insane, and he's just having fun.
It's probably the latter, considering that the linesman will probably pick the puck up out of go and hand it to the trainer on the Capitals.
Yeah, he's just insane. I don't like that guy. He ripped my heart out at the Four Nations.
Yeah.
I mean, goalies are strange. In fact, by position, I think that, let me think about this for a second, in terms of positions throughout sports.
You got your middle linebacker that always has to be crazy.
Kicker.
No, yeah, the kickers get personality.
Well, they're just strange.
No, but I think goalies, thank you. That's
closers.
That's a conversation we're having.
But they're strange. No. They're strange compared to everybody else, but they're normal people. Closers. Good one. Yeah. Fist me, Bear.
Yeah, but goalies, I think, win the category. If I would put on the poll, put all of these on the poll. Strangest person, goalie, kicker, middle linebacker, closer. Those are the four. Are we going? Is there a fifth category? There are none in basketball, correct?
Well, we've got two in basketball. One is 7-footers generally tend to be very strange people, even by basketball standards. Also, I don't know if this is universal across all sports, but in basketball, if you're from Seattle, you're probably a weirdo.
I'm going to eliminate Seattle, but I am going to put 7-footers on there. The University of Florida played the tallest player ever played yesterday, Rue, the guy off the bench, 7'9". 7'9" is the tallest player to ever take the court. And I believe, wasn't there someone around here? I don't remember who it was who said that they had the blueprint on how to defend Wemby now. That the blueprint you have.
The blueprint is out, Dan, and you know how I know things, right? Tony finds out very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly. So what I've realized is, hey, if you have a smaller guy on Wemby who's physical, who's going to rake his hands every time he touches the ball, it seems to work out. And that was the blueprint last year when the Thunder were on their way to the championship. It's like, hey, why don't we just bother Jokic with a smaller guy, force him to create on his own? In the opposite side, where Wemby's like, damn, I can't create because this guy's just always
So a
bothering
PJ
me.
Tucker type is the way to defend.
I like that body type. Yeah, absolutely.
Get someone small and stocky and physical, pushing them out. Then you got a coordinated trapping attack, attacking from the blind side. I thought the Suns did a good job in delivering the Spurs' first loss in terms of they sent help, and then the guy at the nail rotates out to where the help came from, and they just had this kind of this.
It's like a motion defense,
yeah,
basically.
like a motion defense, and it's all based on look, he can't see everything. It might actually work more for Wemby than it would for Jokic. Jokic is such a great passer.
He can see everything.
Yeah, Wemby's not there yet in terms of passing, so it's a way more effective strategy. Unfortunately for this kid, for Florida, Rue, you don't need all that.
He's a stiff.
Yeah, just shove him out.
In a way, Wemby's not. But again, it's interesting to see, like, all right, he's got these incredible games where they're trying to defend him with another big, and then all of a sudden you see the games where they've tried this scenario, and it's like 9 points, 15 points. It's like, oh, wait a second.
But you guys are like me, right? I think that I would represent what would be the normal human reaction of any sports fan. You hear a guy is 7'9", and what sweeps over you is sadness for that person, correct? That has to be a difficult life that he has lived the entirety of his life, or am I different than most on that front?
I think, given thought, yes, I begin to think about, oh yeah, that must really suck. But is it the first thing I think of? No.
I think he's a stiff, and then I feel sad afterwards.
So you guys don't hear 7'9" and immediately say, "Oh, that life must be tough to just take every daily step through that life physically."
You're so strange, man.
No, I'm like, oh, he could touch the hoop without moving.
No, like it's a thought. It's just not the first one. The first one's like, "Wow, you're huge."
But 7'9", like that.
My first thought is get that guy in the anchor of the 2-3. Stand there, buddy. Do not move.
Why doesn't he block kicks?
Wow.
They tried that. I think this is the guy that they brought him out there.
7'9".
Yeah, well, that shows you. They brought him out to the football fields, and they're like, all right, let's reinvent the game of blocking kicks.
Billy Napier's no longer there.
This guy's a stiff.
Just sit him over the nose tackle and just have him stand up.
How bad must
like
that?
this.
Honestly, how bad must that have gone for this guy to not just stand there and do that? He clearly affects it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, except
Like, what is he doing? Sitting down? How bad are you at this practice?
He's in a 3-point stance.
Put it on the poll at Batard show. Should the 7'9" guy be great at blocking field goals?
Why don't they just move him all the way back to the goalpost? He stands there, and as the ball's coming, swats.
Does that work? Can you do that?
Why not?
Whoa, hold on.
You can block it at the LOS.
There's no goaltending?
No.
No one's ever really tried that.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, it's got to be
Hold
against
on.
rules.
No, it's
gotta
like
be
the
against
tush
rules.
push. It's like the tush push. They're going to have to ban it at some point, but they can't now.
It's not the easiest to jump. Like you guys, it would have to be very close to the crossbar.
Yeah, but
it's
it's easier for
field
7'9" guy.
Yeah.
Wait a second, did we just reinvent football?
I think so.
The guy who kicked the 68-yard field goal the other day?
That just went in. Exactly. He gets that and
just
slaps
cleared the
it.
crossbar. I mean, put Victor Wembanyama right there. He's tossing that
Exactly
tomorrow.
right. Exactly
we
right.
are brilliant.
You guys believe that it can be done? Because Tony's sitting here with conviction saying that it's allowed, and I'm not sure. It sounds like it
ever
would be.
tried to do that?
Sounds
Nobody.
illegal.
They haven't done anything. Yeah, the tush push is illegal,
Yeah,
right?
but they made when you were asking the question, why haven't we seen it yet? The answer might plausibly be because it's illegal.
But if you can block it at the line of scrimmage when it's already in flight, why can't you stop it at the way down?
There's no goaltending.
The sport's
in
got
football.
stupid rules. You can't advance a muff. Why? I don't know.
A fumble Ruski, that's why.
I'm assuming that this is against the rules, but I shouldn't assume that because there are any number of things in sports that you can't help but laugh at today that we've been doing it wrong all our lives and we're no longer doing it wrong. Like for example, the 3-point shot is worth more than the 2-point shot. Mm-hmm. It's more valuable. Mm-hmm. That is something basketball should have been doing since the 3-point shot was invented in 1979. Mm-hmm. Like people should have been going for the shot that was worth more. The way football coaches are now behaving on 4th down versus the way they've always behaved on 4th down, and the way baseball players are now saying, you know what? Home runs are much better than stolen bases and one base at a time. It's much better to do. Like, the idea that we could play these sports wrong for 50 years at a time makes me think that somebody somewhere has just overlooked the fact that you can block field goals by standing underneath the crossbar.
I researched this. There is goaltending.
Really?
In the NFL. Yeah, you can't touch the ball once it clears this
What's your
neutral
source?
zone. The line, ChatGPT.
What's it?
I don't know, but it could be wrong. It says on the bottom.
No.
ChatGPT can be wrong.
And again, it is often. Like the time it thought my Halloween costume was an ode to the time I wore a bathrobe on ESPN. I'm like, I never wore a bathrobe on ESPN. What are you talking about? Stupid.
I think it's still out. Jury's still out on ChatGPT's answer.
Here's my belief as to why we haven't seen it happen. It's a couple of things. Number one, to have someone that tall, like we just don't have that walking around in general, right? Forget about in the NFL, just in general. And then most of the kicks, unless they're just about to clear the crossbar, if it's higher, no tall guy's going to be able to get to that one.
Of course,
right?
that could be 20 feet in the air. I
Yeah.
get that. But when you
those
trot
long
out a
kicks-
7-footer and you say, all right, they're going for a 60-yard field goal. You have one guy on the roster who's 9 or 7 feet tall or whatever. You trot him out there and you say, all right, if that thing is close, you swat the out of it.
Except that we've now found out this is illegal.
ChatGPT, though, it could be wrong.
Let's chat about Miller Lite. That's right. Football season is in high gear. The leaves are turning. That means these football games have more consequence. That means you'll be tense. You want to enjoy these games. Well, enjoy these games like I enjoy these games with a Miller Lite by my side. It makes tailgating better. It makes catching up with friends easier. Game day just hits different with a Miller Lite in your hand. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to fantasy heartbreaks, it's a beer that has been there for every moment. 50 years of great taste, simple ingredients, and that iconic golden color that you can spot from across the room. Look at that beauty. And here's the kicker. It's just 96 calories, 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. The original light beer since 1975 and still hitting 5 decades later. So whatever your game day looks like, remember, Miller time is always a good time. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
You ever try to name all your financial accounts and what they're actually worth, like your 401k, your investments, your house? Yeah, I couldn't either. Most of us can't. And when you don't know, you're basically leaving money on the table. Feel organized and confident in your finances with Monarch, an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean interface on your laptop or your phone. And right now, just for our listeners, Monarch is offering 50% off your first year with code Dan at monarch.com. I started using Monarch and I found an old 401k from an old job that I totally forgot about, and it was worth way more than I thought. I also realized I wasn't saving as much as I imagined. Monarch shows you everything, your spending, your investments, even how much cash is just sitting there doing nothing. No spreadsheets, no chaos, just a clear view of your money. You can share with your partner too, which means fewer fights about who spent what at Target and how much the baby actually needs. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code Dan at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code Dan.
Folks, listen up. All your favorite NBA players are back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. New customers download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use code DAN. That's code DAN. Bet $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass. Plus, get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto-renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Don Le Batard.
There's sunglasses in boxes today, but in my bed in the hospital, ending our lives all the same.
Stugotz.
It's the final nightgown.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Before we get to Matthew Berry, did you guys make money on Matthew Berry last week? Because Matthew Berry is giving you good information here in order to make money. Like he's got
Parker Washington had a nice game. I know he called them out.
Yes, he had a number of things that he got right. He's gotten a number of things right. The only thing he got wrong, I think, was Daniel Jones.
It is indeed called goaltending. It has been outlawed. Randall Cobb once attempted this. Didn't strike the ball, but had he struck the ball, everyone's saying it would have been a penalty for goaltending.
I don't know.
Okay.
And I do think that there is a case study. I have to go back into and review the microfiche, but I think a basketball player did force the NFL's hand to put this rule.
So
in
do you
place.
think, before we get started in earnest and speed up Matthew Berry, let's just get his expertise on this. Matthew, do you think if I took that Florida Gator stiff Rue, whose first name I don't know, he's 7'9",
Olivier,
and put him on the line to block field goals, do you think he would be good at blocking field goals if I just took a 7'9" guy and put him over the center?
Oh, he's muted.
Okay, he said yes, but his sound is not up there.
Yeah, we're going to take your word for it.
Hold on a second. But I saw it. I read his lips, and let's get his sound right. Let's make sure that his sound is right so that the next time I ask him a question, that's not the way that it goes. Roy, what is your level of confidence? I'm glad that the Bear is all over things that he needs to be on this particular instance.
Very high.
So your level of confidence is now good? All right.
Very high.
Very high. Thank
Matthew Berry.
He said yes, though. You should not.
Yes, I'm in on the 7'9" guy. Yes.
My only worry is the pads. How do you get a pad like that big? The torso is massive on a guy like that, but you got a little pad.
You just put him on the shoulder.
They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. It's, like whatever. They got different uniforms every other week in the NFL. They'll figure out a pad size.
Hey, Bear, can you come over here, please, and do the promo for Matthew Berry and give me the music again so that we can celebrate Matthew Berry the way that we're supposed to celebrate Matthew Berry?
Matthew Berry. Matthew Berry. Matthew Berry. Matthew Berry.
Check out Matthew Berry's Fantasy Football Happy Hour weekdays at noon on YouTube.
Give it to us, Barry. Give us money.
All right. Justin Herbert is third in the NFL in passing yards per game. Quarterbacks that face the Steelers this year are averaging 299 passing yards per game. In fact, the last three to face the Steelers, Daniel Jones, Jordan Love, and Joe Flacco, all threw for at least 340 yards. They've also allowed at least 2 total touchdowns to every quarterback they faced this year, except Dylan Gabriel. Justin Herbert not named Dylan Gabriel. Since week 4, the second best quarterback in fantasy points per game, Matthew Stafford, 25, at least 25 in 4 of the last 5. Since week 5, the Niners allow over 21 fantasy points per game. 4 of the last 5 quarterbacks to face the Niners have scored at least 20 fantasy points as well. All right, let's see. Rico Dowdle's had 3 games this year with at least 20 touches. He scored at least 28 fantasy points in each one of them. The reason I bring that up is that running backs have seen at least 15 touches against the Saints this year, are averaging over 17 fantasy points per game. Rico Dowdle last week played 74% of the Panthers' snaps, even with Chuba Hubbard back. In 3 of the last 4 completed games for Quinshon Judkins, one of them he left early due to injury, but the 3 games that he finished, he had at least 24 touches. Okay, since week 2, the Jets are giving up the 4th most rushing yards per game to opposing running backs, and that was before they traded away their 2 best defensive players. Take the over on Judkins' rushing prop. Let's see. In the 5 games since Tyreek Hill's injury, Jalen Waddle's had at least 80 receiving yards in 4 of them. He's averaging over 15 fantasy points per game in that stretch. Buffalo has allowed at least 16.9 fantasy points per game to an opposing wide receiver. In 4 straight games, Dolphins, by the way, are 9.5-point underdogs to Buffalo. They'll be throwing. In games where he's seen at least 7 targets this year, Chris Olave is averaging over 15 fantasy points per game. Here's the Saints depth chart behind Olave now. 32-year-old Brandon Cooks, Devon Bailey, who has 5 receptions on the season, and Mason Tipton, who has 0. Rashid Shaheed now in Seattle. Since week 6, Wan'Dale Robinson has a 30% target share. He averages over 8 targets a game. No team allows more touchdowns to the slot where Wan'Dale Robinson lines up than the Chicago Bears. That's who Wan'Dale plays this week, 4 straight weeks. Oronde Gadsden has finished as a top 12 tight end. He's averaging almost 18 fantasy points per game during that stretch. And so far this year, the Steelers, once again, ranked bottom 5 in the NFL in terms of most receiving yards, most fantasy points allowed to opposing tight ends.
Excellent work, Barry. You're cashing in this year, right? You're doing well. You're doing well so far. Better than usual, or
things have been good to me. It's gone well. It's gone well. I don't know that I'm better than usual. It's been a pretty typical year. You get a lot of stuff right. You get some things wrong, and hopefully you finish in the money. And so far, it's been I've been doing this a long time, so it's gone well for me.
My enthusiasm that people questioned at the beginning is not insincere once I realize that this man is giving away money. This tends to be something that makes me a little bit happier than I was now that I'm a little more informed about my betting practices. Yes.
It's an indictment that it took you that long.
Yeah, I understand that I'm late to this particular game.
This all plays to props.
Matthew, good talking to you. Thank you, as always, for making the time for us every week, sir.
Appreciate it always, Dan. We'll see you next week.
All right. I see that the group back there has been delighted by something. You were doing research, and all of you were very excited,
yeah, it was great.
Including the Bear.
Yeah, there was a Miami connection. So Hank Stram, the great Chiefs head coach, had a 6'10" player, Morris Stroud Jr., who was actually born in Miami. He was the tallest player in the league, and he realized that they're not blocking kicks at the line of scrimmage all that effectively. So his plan over the course of 4 years, and Stroud was successful at it a handful of times before the owners colluded to stop it, was to have Stroud goaltend at the field goal post.
Mm-hmm. So that's what changed the rule? That's what made it the rule that Tony now questions is a rule? Because
I was behind my time, Dan. Instead of being ahead of my time, I was behind my time because that happened 65 years ago. But again, I had no knowledge of it, but me and Hank Stram, one brain.
Great minds think alike, Dan.
Thank you.
And I, for one, if I were an NFL coach, I'd petition to change that rule back. Look,
force them to do it again. Be like, oh, you want to stop it? Do it again.
It's not like it's easy. It's not like it's easy to block that. It's not like the number of opportunities to block that is plentiful. But if you want to carry a roster spot dedicated to a dude who's 6'10" with a 7'4" wingspan, go ahead, knock yourself out.
But they were doing it back then because people were smaller. 6'10" was the equivalent of 7'9". We got a 7'9" guy now. Like that's obviously a foot taller.
It's like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, and then I'm assuming the 8-footer has very long arms. I'm assuming that if he plays basketball, he can get off the ground some. Although as little as Rue plays, I don't think that I do think his feet might be bolted to the ground.
Rue was unable. He's got an 11-inch vertical, apparently, but he was unable to block a single kick during his workout with Florida football. Coaches were a little disappointed.
That's good reporting by you.
I thought he'd be better.
I think it's bad coaching on their part, to be honest with you.
I mean, it was, Billy Napier's staff.
No longer there.
Can you guys help me with more information on a couple of football stories that are very difficult to talk about, and I don't know how people are talking about these stories. First of all, Antonio Brown being arrested in Dubai for attempted murder was something that we have seen as the details have been reported on Antonio Brown's life that seem to be more and more reckless in public, and if the details in public are this reckless, I'm going to assume that he's not getting caught every single time he's doing something wrong in public. Antonio Brown, for a while, has been descending into a combined health of danger and what appears to me to be mental illness stuff. And now there's a charge he's caught while he's in Dubai, and I don't know what he was doing in Dubai. Was he trying to stay away? Like, he was there for a long time in Dubai, and he had trailing him that he got into a fight in public. public. There's a video at a boxing match of him getting into a fight in public, and then he took a gun and took shots at somebody with the gun.
That's what the video looks like, makes it look like.
That's what it looks like to everybody, and then he was all of a sudden in Dubai for a long period of time, and now he's being arrested on murder charges while in Dubai. Are there any details here that are new or fresh that make you wonder whether Antonio Brown's about to lose a good deal of his freedom, and it's going to be one of the most apocalyptic cases we have ever seen of an athlete of any kind, not just a football player, going through a descent into straight madness that ends with the last time we saw him on a football field, he was kicked off the field by the champion Bucks. He took his shirt off, and then just all of a sudden, everything in his public life has become something that's hugely messy.
Well, luckily enough, nobody was injured, nobody was hurt, nobody was killed. So it is attempted murder. The reason why there was a scuffle outside of a boxing event, he shot 2 shots or 3 shots into a crowd. That's where the alleged attempted murder charge is from. But he was in Dubai. He's been very kind of like off the lam, right? Or on the lam. Yeah. He hasn't really been in public eye. All of a sudden, he shows up in Dubai getting extradited. Dubai allowed U.S. Marshals to go in and basically go find AB, which is a weird thing too, because it's like, is that legal? Do they do that? Like, how does that work? But now he's being extradited back to the United States to face those attempted murder charges. So it's kind of a weird situation where luckily nobody was hurt, but there's been a long string of trying to catch this guy.
He did announce that he's handing over the social media keys of CTE ESPN to his team as he lays low and deals with this.
Stay low.
I heard from inside.
You think that was like a company email?
Yeah.
It's like, all right,
team,
guys.
hey, team.
Stepping away.
Stay low.
Hearing you go ha from inside the cavernous bear costume, so cavernous that I could hear the echo from inside of the dampness was a funny ancillary sound to have around a very serious story.
I don't think I've ever been this damp.
You got a story?
I'm trying to turn this mic off.
The battery looked kind of damp too, though.
Battery?
Yeah,
that was definitely damp as well.
That was a damp one. Yeah. It was a black, the black big box.
Chris, how do you feel right now?
Damp.
Is that's the you're going to leave here tired, correct?
I am tired. It's just like, I'm just looking at our clock and just being like, another minute 20.
Get some rest. We got a big night ahead of us.
What should I do? Yeah, I know, big one at the Fronton tonight. Dan, you going?
Can we get your support?
Is Unda good or is he not good?
Oh, we got Unda versus Takeda. The Undertaker.
The problem, and the only problem that I have with getting out there, is you guys play at the height of problematic traffic. Like you guys, it is really hard to get over there. It takes 90 minutes to get there.
Westbound, you're fine. It's eastbound is the issue.
Take the chopper.
You never know who will show up. Like Bob Wischusen might be there today.
Yeah.
Is Undertaker German?
Yeah, you pick up that name.
No.
The Undertaker.
Unda is from the Basque country, and he loves to play. That's the guy that I got into it in the locker room with. I'm like, I have to play, boss. I know you want to play, but we got championships in mind.
Can the Bears sit out the club? Can I be done?
No. God, no.
So I'm going to dance.
You got away from the 29 nuggets that you should have finished. You're finishing the bear costume, damn it.
Go fuck yourself.
That was uncalled for.
Just do your costume. You have to finish the punishment. You can't just wander around Earth being in an occupation that allows you to be high all the time.
It's unbearable.
Dan Batard.
It sounds to me like everybody could use a hug because a hug is always the right size.
Stugotz.
All I have put in my body today is 3 cups of coffee and an entire cup of honey.
Go to the penalty box.
Don't let him fool you. He said in the break that he's jittery.
This is the Dan Batard Show with the Stugotz.
I don't know when you graduated, but you show a monthly and go. All negative feels so you, bro. So leave it to Mike to act like the fans have lost the faith. I'm glad that you're here so I can tell you to your face. We are competing right here at BC. Man, you sound crazy. No one in this program's feeling
Dare I say he did need background vocals?
Yeah.
You needed the
We told him though.
Yeah.
Like we knew he rushed it. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, that wasn't a quick enough turnaround for you.
Look, it was incredible considering the time constraints. Also, Chris is dying of dehydration.
Thank you for your art.
I'm damp still.
He's lost a lot of fluids. I don't know if you guys know this.
Hey, yo.
You have a water machine outside.
That's crazy, I mean.
A water machine.
Is that what it's called?
It's called the water machine.
Yeah, it's a machine that dispenses water.
That's what Dan calls it.
Colorado boulders.
Yeah, water machine.
Horse.
Farm machine.
Oh,
horse.
You like that one, huh?
One time.
That was like the peak of me being stoned.
Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like
Cuervo.
I think you could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.